New York City got hit with COVID-19, the biggest area that got hit the most was food. Believe it or not, in any emergency, food is the first priority.
There was always obviously like a need, right, to like get fresh produce to community members. There was always hunger that was out there. COVID obviously just exploded that. There was just this need more than ever for us as a collective to come together and leverage, you know, the herbs that we're growing, leverage the produce that we're growing, and feed our neighbors.
Looking at this pandemic, what's going to get us through is local relationships, cultivating those relationships, cultivating the food in the process, and cultivating community ultimately.
This was the year that we were really stretched to go from an educational kind of farm to really a production farm in a heightened time of crisis. And we've been able to come through with hundreds and hundreds of pounds of food, fresh, organic food. It's really exciting because it's really time to step up to really see what we can do here at this farm.
Back in March of this year, we had to suspend all of our program formats. We typically work with school groups and families in a variety of different programs. Produce that kids usually planted, took care of, and learned with. Instead, we harvested, processed, and donated. We've been making donations to emergency food providers, including our immediate neighbor Potts, part of the solution.
At the beginning of the pandemic, I want to say it was hundreds of families a day. Right now, I think we're serving between like at least 100 families. Sometimes we serve up to 150. I've seen days that it's up to 200, so it depends. As soon as the food comes in, it goes out. As soon as the food comes in, it goes out. That's why we have to have this ready to go because the demand is very, very high. I want to thank the New York Botanical Garden and Edible Academy for continuing to support the community. We are neighbors, so I'm really grateful for all the work that you do and continue to do for us.
We've been working as fast as we can. We've been encouraging the plants to grow as fast as they can. We grew vegetable seedlings. We grew about 6,000 plants back in May and distributed them to dozens of community gardens. And then we just finished growing another 6,000 seedlings, also to be distributed to the community gardens. Everyone's busy picking the trays up and taking them out to the different community gardens, and soon enough, all of those plants will be available for sharing with people in need.
Very beginning of our season, we put out a needs assessment to everyone who had engaged with us over the past 6-7 years to see if anybody may be in need of a free harvest box. We also made a no questions asked sliding scale, so you were able to purchase a harvest box and then choose the amount that you wanted to pay. Additionally, through our contacts of organizations that we've been working with through the past few years, we were able to work with some coordinators that put us in contact with folks who are excluded from some more regular means of getting food. And we pushed ourselves this year to provide more boxes than we had ever done, because we know that the need is greater than ever.
Being a part of the food hub is awesome because there are things that we wanted to do but we didn't know how. So we took it to the food hub and we asked the questions, and there were people there willing to tell us how to get fresh farm food, how to get a driver to help us pick up the food, some of the positive things about food distribution, some of the better ways to do it, all of the little tiny details, and the encouragement to say you can do it.
It's wonderful being part of one of the gardens of the 18 that is part of the food hub.
People tend to blame the people who eat processed food, at the same time not realizing it's what you can afford. But coming to the garden, you actually get fresh food, organic food. You get a different relationship with the food as well at the same time. You get to see where it's grown, how it's grown. So you end up having a better relationship with food. You have a better sense of community. So coming to this garden, all gardens are actually beneficial. It helps you physically and emotionally and nutritionally.
It is important for us to be close to the source of where our food grows, to eat, to learn about it, to sometimes even grow it, and even to put our hands in the soil, because connection to the soil is also healthy for our bodies, healthy for our minds. The microbes in the soil have beneficial effects on our body and our mind. So if we have an urban environment that is devoid of green space, we have a city that is sick.
Is a sanctuary space where neighbors are able to come together and talk about issues affecting where we live. Not only that, we can talk about any type of issue that affects our community and find ways of making it better.
Having this space be a space where we're not just growing food, but we're growing community, we're growing leadership, we're growing sisterhood, we're growing family.
Benefits are endless. It provides a safe place. It provides a place where you can express yourself. It provides a place where we can meet peacefully. It provides a place where we can break bread together, sit down and eat.
The South Bronx can be real hectic, but in here you come in and you get a sense of peace and quiet and they're solid, and everybody feels that same way. You come in and it feels relaxed.
It's not just a place that you come, it's a place that you feel welcome, you feel a part of, and you feel like your family.
It's exciting to be a part of this transformation because that's really what's happening. We're beginning to think about honoring our spaces more. So I'm just happy that we can collaborate with so many other gardens and farms to really grow this into something beautiful.
I once heard it said that a day outdoors extends your life for about 3 years. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to extend our lives, and more importantly, to extend our hand to the community.
We're here today to help out with whoever needs food, because nobody goes home hungry is our motto. And we're just here today trying to help out the neighborhood little by little.
We have people who have come out recently, been incarcerated, or seniors who lost their income. People now, because of COVID, has lost their jobs. And so people are hungry, and we want to make sure that everyone has a right to food. A right to food and water are human rights, and we want to make sure that everyone is welcome at the La Familia Verde Farmers Market. And so we're here to feed the people in our community.
Aquí crecen berenjena, pimientos, tomate. Tenemos también frutas de los palos. Tenemos piche, plum, tenemos cherry, manzana. Todo eso cosechamos y repartimos para la gente.
We feel like we're really meeting the needs of our community in the Bronx for fresh, local, nutritionally dense food. And we want to kind of change people's habits. We want to bring fresh food where people are.
I've been working here at the farmers market since my junior year. Right now what we have is some hot relish pepper, which we harvest ourselves and plant in our own garden. And we also have a partner upstate where we have these locally sold honey that is a pure organic.
To be able to go in, pull this stuff up out of the ground, take it home and feed families, veteran families, and what have you, is just amazing.
I'm really honored to be a part of this, and I'm excited to see this grow and grow into this year and into next year and beyond, because this is something important.
So during COVID, we got shaped, but we didn't break.
continue this project into the future by adding more gardens and farms to the hubs and growing fresh food locally for those who need it most.